I mean, physically, I feel like I'm 90, but mentally, it's just like yesterday. And so, however well our bodies used to tell me, hey, bro, you're no youngster. So, I have many fond memories, and much has changed since we strolled through the halls of Cedar Cliff. So I'll hit some of the highlights, like the cost of everything in '72. A typical home was $26,000 bucks. You could buy a car for $3,800. Monthly rent was $165 bucks, and that included our utilities. Gasoline was 55 cents. And tuition at Harvard, $2,800 bucks. Amazing. Those were the days, obviously. The Godfather was the Oscar winner. Deliverance was also that year. And of course, Richard Nixon was president along with Spiro Agnew. And here are the Billboard's top 5 songs, which really shocked me. The First Time by Roberta Flack, that was #1. Alone Again by Gilbert O'Sullivan. American Pie by Don McLean. Without You, Harry Nilsson. And The Handyman by Sammy Davis Jr. Those were the top 5. Now, the most popular rock and roll albums, none of those guys and gals hit the top 10 in Billboards, which shocked me. But these were the best albums, rock and roll. The Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. Jeff Beck Group, the album Jeff Beck Group, that was original. And then Black Sabbath, Volume 4. And of course, Ozzy really looks great these days, kind of like me. And David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, and Deep Purple, Machine Head. And you know, when I swam in college, every day after practice, I would listen to nothing but Deep Purple. And then I'd go to the diner and they would say, hey Brad, how high are you? And I would say, no, it's just the chlorine from the pool. But anyway. And then there was Genesis, Jethro Tull, Mott the Hoople, and Lou Reed. So there were some great groups when we were in high school. So those youthful carefree days, we met at the coffee house, remember that, in New Cumberland, 2nd floor, and where we would decide where the party was going to be, in other words, whose parents weren't home. And then, of course, we would exchange Boone Farms, Apple's Apple, or some other like Mad Dog 2020, really high-end wine, and other goodies, naturally. So, I remember some other goodies from high school, one of which was music class with Greg Smee, who I think was all of 23 or 24 at the time, and interesting guy to say the least. And we spent a whole semester rehearsing or listening to the Tommy by The Who. And you know, it was supposed to be this real intensive academic thing. All we did was listen to the songs. But it was great, it was great. And then participating and watching great sports teams in '72. And I remember the cattle drives in wrestling practice, led by Andy Wolf usually. He'd scream cattle drive and then everybody would just run over each other. Of course, snapper Bob Craig really wasn't big on that, and he'd come up and scream, but it was kind of fun. And then, and the dating game. I remember when I would ask someone out, they'd say, sorry Brad, I already have a babysitting job for this weekend. So I'm thinking, not much has changed. I lost that babysitting thing probably about 2 years ago and finally matured. So, in closing folks, thank God we didn't have social media like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and smartphones with cameras. Thank God, because I really don't look good in orange. So, have a great time, everybody, and I'd like to say thanks to my wife who was responsible for this. I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Have a great time. Thank you. And go 72.